What every salesperson needs to know about story selling.
My name is Cornell Ladigan, co-founder of BizVideo. The purpose of this podcast is to take you on a journey of how we use story to grow our business. Thank you for joining me today.
Now, a question I always ask myself is it possible to sell with story? Or is it better to sell with the old school way, facts, features, benefits, and all those things? And in this podcast, I want to give you a secret formula that we use for ourselves and for our clients to create stories that actually sell. But first, I want to go back about 7 years ago. One day I was in Brisbane. I live on the Gold Coast. I was in Brisbane. I had probably about 4 or 5 meetings there. And the thing was, it was all across town. So one was like North Brisbane, the other one was back near the Gateway Bridge, and then another one like in the Brisbane city. And the funny thing is, like, if you're driving around in Brisbane and your meetings are pretty stacked up next to each other, it gets pretty tough because, you know, you're in this one meeting, and then if you run 5 minutes late, then the next meeting, you're rushing to the next meeting, you can't even think, and then you get to the next meeting and you're just like, whoa, where am I? And that's kind of like what was happening to me. And then after this whole day of, you know, having meetings and so on, like hustling, you know, out there. And I always say, like, this word hustling is probably the most overused word in the Instagram motivational business, like, quote type of thing. Anyway, I was out hustling and driving back home. I was thinking to myself, okay, cool. I just had some amazing conversations with some really good prospects out there, and they really like what they see, what they saw. So I presented what type of videos we can create for them, and they were happy with everything. But the thing is, they didn't sign up, right? For some reason, like, they get excited when they see the videos, but then they just don't sign up. There's no real need. And I felt a little bit defeated, to be honest. And you know, looking back right now, I don't really understand why I felt so defeated and why these people didn't sign up. The thing is, like, I gave them all the facts about video. You know, like, YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. You know, 50% of consumers watch video, or by the year 2020, everyone will watch video. All those, you know, useless stats at the end of the day. And you know, I was just frustrated because I really knew I could help these people out, right? These were really good, legitimate businesses, ethical businesses. I can help them out, get their people or their target market on board, get them to trust them. Anyway, so I remember driving back, and back in the day, I had this Toyota Camry. It was a 1999 model. It was awesome. It was like a workhorse for me. Anyway, I was driving back and I called Andre up and I said, and by the way, Andre is my business partner and brother. Called him up and I said, Andre, we've got to do something. We've got to change this somehow, you know? And I wish I could tell you how our business turned around today. Like, I wish I knew back then what it would look like today. But the thing is, it's tough. So fast forward a few months, we actually started signing up a few clients, right? I don't know, they probably felt really sorry for us, or they, you know, they probably saw the vision. And I'm not sure why this happened, but we actually used their story, their own personal stories, to create these videos. And it was really cool. Back then, we weren't really focused on that because we would highlight a business and literally just talk about the features and benefits of that business and then make it a video. So it was literally just a video brochure, to be honest, at the end of the day. It was like a living video brochure. Our client, like back then, our clients could have really printed it on a piece of brochure and it would have done a very similar thing. Now, we thought this, you know, the story idea is pretty cool for this, you know, particular client that we had in mind. And, you know, we created this video and this story, and it was just amazing. Like, the feedback that our client got was amazing. So what happened was, his name is actually Mike, and he used this video, this story, to show people before he went on stage to speak at little, like, networking events and so on. It wasn't big networking events, but you know when you get to an event and then this guy walks up on the stage and you're like, who is this guy? Like, I don't even know him. Do I trust him? You know? And like, you're sitting like this for a while. And then after like 10 or 20 minutes, then you relax a little bit more. So anyway, Mike goes on, just before Mike goes on stage, he prompts the event facilitators to run the video. And then you just see people. And like they start like this, literally 2-3 seconds into that video that they play, they're like, everyone's like, whoa, how cool is this? Like they're just really engaged. And I was actually at this particular event, and I saw everyone like laughing and being engaged. And the funny thing is, they didn't even know this guy, to begin with. He was literally just showing this story. In the story, we actually showed his kids and everything else like this, and he's a financial planner. So anyway, from that event, he actually got 7 leads. He got 7 people walking up to him and saying, hey, we need to do business, right? That was awesome. But then from that event, he actually got a invite to another event that hosted more people. And in that event, he did the exact same thing. Like, why would you change something if it works? So he played this video, his story, before he went on stage, and 35 people ran up and gave him a piece of paper. So they all became leads and said, hey, let's catch up. We need to talk. Now, the funny thing is we've got all this on video. It's pretty funny. If you go to our website, we've got Mike's story on there, and it's a testimonial, like a case study that he does for us, like the results he was able to achieve and so on. And it was just so cool. Like, it's so cool to see something work. And that's when Andre and I had this like epiphany. We're like, we've got to use story more. If this is what can happen with story, like with video, if you use story within video, then I'm like, man, this is powerful. So, how do we do more of this, right? At the time, we're like, not everyone has a cool story like Mike. Mike is a pretty cool guy, and if you meet him, you'll actually find that. Like, he's one of the best people out there. It's just amazing. Like, he's so kind, and just like people just like him straight away. So I'm like, but not every business and not everyone has a cool story like Mike. So how do we do it? So then we're like, okay, well, what about our clients? So the ones we thought didn't have a story, right? Or even potential clients, like those ones that we thought don't have a really cool story. Like, what about we tell their client stories, right? Surely they'll be inspiring because they've been able to get results for these clients. And let's just focus on the clients. And then while we were busy getting these client stories, so our clients, the clients of our clients, while we were getting their stories, we realized something, right? There's a reason why these stories are really good. And it's because our client, right, helped them create that story in their own life, okay? So I hope this makes sense. Our client overcame some problems for their clients and their customers and brought value to them. That is a story in itself, right? So it's like glass shattering moment, it's like, aha, this is the moment. This is what I've been looking for. This is that aha moment. So this is when I realized everyone has a really cool story. And when we realized this, like, our sales literally just blew up, right? Because we actually formulated and perfected this storyline that we can use with most businesses. And when I say most businesses, I always say this: I want to help businesses, I want to help salespeople that actually do good by people, right? They're ethical, they overcome problems, and they bring value to their clients, right? And they're not in it for the money. Like, at the end of the day, we're in business, you're working, we're there for money. But then there's something deeper and something bigger, right? And those are the businesses that we love to help. Now, fortunately, all our clients are like that. I'm not sure if that's just because that's the way we've attracted them through our own storytelling, but we found that most of our clients are like that, and it's actually easy to tell their story. So anyway, our clients got amazing results because of this. So much so that, when we started the business up until like three years ago or so, we actually just created 1 or 2 videos maximum for each client. But since then, we've actually created a whole heap of videos for every single client. So if you go have a look at most of our clients, go on our website and everything else like that, you'll actually start noticing a pattern. There's not just a business and then one video for that business. You'll see multiple. So you'll see their business overview film. You'll see multiple case studies. You'll see all this content videos that we created for them. And we've got a few clients that we've done like 35 videos for. And I'm not talking like just like quick little videos. I'm talking like full-on case study stories that will engage people. So that tells you, like our clients, they keep coming back because they're getting results. And I'm happy to say this because that's just a fact. So anyway, I'm going a little bit over time here. Anyway, so we started using more storytelling everywhere. So I'm talking, for our clients, for ourselves. We started using stories actually like in content videos, and we started creating case studies for ourselves, and everything just went amazing because for some reason story sells. And one of my good clients, Jody Brown, he did a case study for us, and in the case study he said, stories sell, products tell. So do you want your product to tell, or do you just want your product to sell? In order for you to sell your product or your service, you need a story. So our formula for stories, so now that I've got that story out of the way, our formula for stories, it's, and it might be a little bit different for like a business overview film, right? But I will focus a little bit more on a case study style story for now. So first of all, what you need to do is we need to identify the character. Now, in a case study, the character is most likely your client, right? Then the next thing we do is we show their desire. Once we show their desire, we actually bring in conflict. Then we take them on a journey where they go on a journey to find the solution, and the solution is your business, your service, or your product. And then we show the end results. So that's the basic formula that we use. And if you go have a look at any good movie, and when I say good movie, if you go to the cinemas and you walk out of there and you're like, man, I did not get that. Like, that was just a crap movie. Then they probably didn't use this formula. But if you walked out of there and it was an amazing story, amazing movie, they use this formula, right? So what I might do is I'll just share like a little bit of like an example of, what we would do, like for ourselves, like for our clients. So first of all, what we do is we'd identify our character, so our client, then we'll show their desire. So their desire might be they want to sell more, they want to convert more clients, right? Now that is surface level desire, and then we've got to go dig a little bit deeper. Like, why do you want that? Well, we want our business to succeed. Now, why do you want that? Well, I want to be able to go away on holidays knowing that there's enough leads, there's enough conversions going in, and I can just enjoy my holiday. So that's a good desire. Then the conflict comes in. So the conflict is, well, the only way they can actually do that, the only way they can convert people is by being there in person, doing the sales meeting. So once we do one sales meeting, get the client to sign up, next, and where's your holiday now? Might be a little bit tough to go on holiday trying to sign up people. And then what we do then is we take them on a journey, all right? So the journey we take them on is they need to seek a different way of doing what they were doing in the past. So instead of sitting there every time selling, we need to find a different way. So we need to find a way where they can easily qualify their clients, right? And then when people, and also get people to trust them. And then when these people come into the sales process, get them to convert much quicker, right? So we really have to build up that trust. Then the next thing is the solution. Now, guess what? Guess what is the solution in this case? It's a video, it's a story by BizVideo. So the solution is they find us, they find BizVideo. So what we do is we help them plan these stories, right? Craft these stories. And we've got to be very specific about this. So we've got to first find out who's their ideal client, okay? And then we take them through the little formula there and we plan all that out. Then what we do is we go produce beautiful, emotional visuals and the story, so the production side of things, to create this video, okay? And then we also need to help them get this video out there. So you've got three things there. They've got the story planning, so the story development phase. We need to help them producing the actual video, which entails the story inside it. And then thirdly, we need to get it in front of people. Now, that was the solution. So now the results, well, they attract the right people for their business, the ones they love working with. So that's me bringing it back to they want to qualify people, right? So, and then the other thing is they want to convert more people in less time. So instead of going to a sales meeting and then having this massive sales speech and, hey, these are the facts, the features, and like this is how good we are and all that stuff, right? We want to show them this video before the meeting. So what happens is the prospect comes into the meeting and they're already sold. Like, how amazing would that be? So if you're a salesperson right now, think about the last sale you did, right? And imagine the sale was so easy that the meeting was literally just there to close them. The meeting was literally just there to get a signature on a piece of paper, right? How amazing will that be? So there you have it. So those are the results they're looking for. The top surface level results. Now, what's the underlying result? Well, that might be, well, now their business runs better. My clients, their business runs better because they're converting the right people more often, okay? And they can actually spend more time with their kids and go on holiday and all those kind of things. So those are the end results, right? We can't always go, well, we had 13 conversions or this or this. We've got to go, what's the emotional result? What's that result that'll actually move people on an emotional level? So what I want you to do is go write down your ideal client, right? Write down who the character is. Write down their desire, surface level and the deep ones. Write down their problem, their conflict. Write down what journey do they have to go on to find you the solution. The solution's easy. You already know the solution, right? You're in business, you're an ethical business, you're an ethical salesperson, you know what is good for them. That's the solution. Then the next thing is, what results do you want to get for them? And that is the perfect storyline. So once you've done that, go think about previous clients that you've helped in the past that you can jot down that formula with. Now use that story within your sales meetings. Use it in like little Facebook updates. Hey, we recently had this story. Like, you can literally write this out, okay, to start with, so that you can get used to telling stories in this format. I promise you, I guarantee you, your sales will look completely different. And then when you're ready, then go produce video stories like this, stories that will actually move people. And if you want really good examples, go to our website. Go find case studies somewhere there. There's heaps of them. We do plenty. We deliver at least 2, 5. I don't even know how many we deliver every single week because they work. So there you have it, guys. That is the perfect story formula to close more deals. Have a fantastic day.